This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brah. Hell yeah, brah.
Brah. How you doing?
Brah. Brah, I'm doing pretty good, brah. How you doing, brah?
I'm doing good. Welcome back to USA, brah.
Glad to be back to the US of A, man. But I gotta say, Ireland and Spain rule, man.
Ireland and Spain. Man, I gotta go. I mean, I've been to Dublin for a couple days, but I didn't see anything besides a beer. All I saw was a beer.
Lots of beer. I saw lots of beer the whole trip.
Oh, damn. What are some of your highlights?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. There's a billion. I was telling you last night, Blarney Castle is cool.
Yeah.
Kissing the Blarney Stone sucks. But Blarney Castle was awesome.
Yeah, baby. She got
That was really
blarned.
cool. I got blarned, dude. We stayed at this really awesome lodge, like in the middle of Ireland.
Uh-huh.
And that was really fun. It was on a lake, and we like got to ride bikes, and like it was really a good time.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It looks
And then-
so beautiful in the pictures.
It was exactly what you would hope Ireland would be. So green, sheep everywhere, cows everywhere.
Just precious little babies.
Precious little babies that are living the best life. It was awesome. Everything about it. I cannot wait to go back to Ireland. I cannot wait to go back to Barcelona. Because Barcelona was awesome. It was great. It was great.
Spookiness?
Spooky. I mean, yes, but we ended up not. We were going to do a witch tour in Kilkenny because Kilkenny, I was telling you last night, is the medieval capital of Ireland and is apparently the place where they had the first witch burning. And this year's the 700th year anniversary of that witch burning. So we were going to go on a big old witch tour, but then we were there on a Tuesday, and they're like, we don't do that on a Tuesday.
Not on a Tuesday. Are you out of your mind?
Are you crazy? Are you a witch?
Please.
You must be a witch if you want to take a witch tour on a Tuesday.
We'll absolutely burn you.
We will burn you. We will burn you.
I'm curious when the last witch burning was.
Dude.
When's that anniversary?
When was that? When was that in Ireland? When do you think it was? Let's see if we can find out.
Oh, God. I bet it was something like upsetting, like less than 200 years ago.
I was feeling that too.
Are you looking it up?
I'm looking. Oh. Well.
Okay.
This is from Irish Times.
Okay.
In 1895.
Less than 200 years ago. About 140?
However.
No, 100.
Bridget Cleary was set alight by her husband because he believed she was a fairy.
Okay.
Does that count?
But
that they are saying Bridget Cleary is the last witch burned in Ireland.
Okay, so that was 130, almost 130 years ago.
Marcy, you
Honestly,
nailed
if
it.
people could have been around for it, I think that's not long ago enough because people be living long nowadays.
People are living long nowadays.
People live long times. Let's see, what's the oldest person? Oldest person alive.
What are we thinking? 120? 125? I'll say 124.
Okay, I'm going to say 128. Most person alive, 2024. They are... Oh, what did you say again?
124.
Wow, we suck.
We're over it.
We're under. I mean, we're over. We're over.
Oh, I was like, what? How old are they?
Oldest living person alive is, as of June 22nd, 2024, is Maria Brañas Morera. And she is in San Francisco, California at 117 years old and 110 days.
117 years old.
Uh-huh. And she's held the title since January 23.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. She was born in 1907.
That's blowing my mind.
I know.
She has seen so much stuff change.
Honestly, like I bet it can get even crazier in our lifetime, but she really has seen the biggest changes in history to this point.
Right.
Yeah. Duh, Marcy, but also yes.
But also, like, saying it out loud and hearing it out loud is like, holy shit, dude.
Like, she went from seeing, bathrooms probably not being common in every home to them being every street corner. Literally. In San Francisco, literally.
Whoa.
Good on her, Maria.
Like, she saw, like, planes happen.
Yeah. When did she move? She was born in Europe, and then she's been in a nursing home since 2000. Man, she's been in a nursing home for 24 years. Fuck that. Maybe it's a cool one, though. Maybe it's a really cool one.
It sounds like it's a pretty rad one.
Yeah.
If she's still kicking it,
She's kicking it.
Wow, that is incredible.
Oh, good for her. Good for Maria.
Yeah. Keep going, Maria. We're rooting for you.
All the way. All the
way. All the way.
Till the end of time, yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
Absolutely. Man, I wish I had something spooky to report other than...
Nothing spooky?
I don't think so, man. I other than just being
tired.
Being a little tired from being busy in the best way, though.
Yes, of course.
The only complaints I have are that, like, sometimes I get a little dizzy and...
you got to go to the doctor and get that checked out,
I
Marcy.
think it might literally be exhaustion, though, now that I can tell I can track it by the day when it gets the worst. So.
Right.
But all good stuff, man. I love podcasting. I love writing on this show. It's all fun. I love seeing friends. I'm trying. That's it. I'm just trying to do it all. Trying to keep up therapy. Trying to keep up going to the gym, going to Pilates, seeing pals, doing shows.
Yep.
I can't imagine having a whole ass family too.
No way.
You people who can do it all, really? How does she do it?
How does she do it?
Too hard for me. I can really keep up with cats. Wait, a spooky thing I had was fleas, though. I had motherfucking fleas.
No, that's so spooky.
I didn't like it because they're like little aliens on your cats.
Uh-huh. How do you think they got them?
You know, these are old homes. Like, this house is at least like, if not 100 years old, very, very close to it. It's like built in the 1920s. And so even though everything is like well maintained, there are gaps in windows and doors. And with this heat wave, the whole entire world is experiencing, like, it pushes things in, and they've had some tree trimmings and stuff. And so it just knocks them loose. And then I'm a scaredy cat about giving my pets like preventative flea medication because there are some that have adverse effect on some animals. Okay. So that's on me for not doing preventative stuff. But I had to really luckily I was having a almost manic episode of cleaning, so it worked out fine.
Whoa, very scary. I'm sorry.
And now I have all these ghost fleas. No, I vacuumed them all the little dead bodies up, but
oh yeah, dude.
Bye, dudes.
Get them out of here. We don't need you.
Get on out of here.
Get out of here.
I feel like I talked too much about fleas and being tired. What an interesting human I am. Well, but let us get into some spooky stories.
Let's do it.
I have an email pulled up, and it says connections to the Exorcist movie and the IRL St. Louis exorcism.
Ooh, fun.
Also, I will say that a few weeks ago, maybe, a listener said they were listening to the Exorcist Files podcast. And it's a Catholic priest talking about real exorcisms that he's either worked on or consulted on or friends of. So like real deal exorcisms. I will say
spooky.
He's a bit conservative and says kind of like stuff that I think's fucked up occasionally.
A Catholic priest.
Yeah. He's even on the more like okay side, but still some interesting stories about these exorcisms.
Right.
If you're interested in it, but you can, like with us, I would say a good 40% of what we say is utter bullshit. So I believe that with him
Take
too.
it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. But cool stories. And he also said in the podcast that The Exorcist was pretty accurate. He felt.
Whoa. Okay.
But his big thing was like, a priest should never ever invite a demon into itself because that would be too big of a win for the devil.
Whoa. Okay.
To get like an actual like clergyman of God would be like too big of a win. You'd never want to do it.
Too big.
No. So anyway, that's my little preface for this story.
Wow.
Like I said, I could almost recommend it, but don't listen to the Q&A ones. Those are annoying.
Yeah, all right.
They get a little boring too. Get a little boring.
It's a priest. It's gonna be a little boring.
A little too theological.
Theological. Yeah.
God bless everyone. Amen. Okay. This is Betsy and Marcy. Hi, my name is Mark. I'm going to omit the last name. Honestly, you keep repeating it, so I'm going to say it. Henley. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. I went to St. Louis University High School and St. Louis University. These facts are important for what I'm going to tell you.
Nice.
You see how far I read ahead in emails? Literally, I don't read past like one sentence.
Yeah. Hey, you did great.
My grandfather, also Mark Henley, died a few months before my birth, thus the name.
Oh.
He was a well-known trial attorney and somewhat of a local legend. He represented the cops who stole the ransom money in the Bobby Greenlee's kidnapping, and he represented Jimmy Hoffa for a few shadowy endeavors. Think Tom Hagen in The Godfather, but on a much smaller scale.
Wow.
Pretty cool. And
wild.
I don't think he was an actual consigliere, but the local mob had him on speed dial. I'm going to really...
That's wild.
I have to say, I'm going to give myself some props for being able to recognize and pronounce consigliere pretty quickly.
Dude, that's good.
Yeah.
Good job.
But I do know it from like mob films. So,
yes.
Okay. This is also important because it shows he was a respected and known Irish Catholic in the St. Louis community from the 1940s until his death in 1983. My dad, Jamie Henley, graduated from Georgetown University in 1973. I'm a little worried that there's so much information this person is giving out, but that is on them. That is on them. Hey, maybe there's news articles and it's fine.
Yeah.
In 1972, he leased the house across the street from the Exorcist house.
No.
He moved back home before shooting started in August 1972, but the lease hadn't run out. My dad subleased the house to a local ne'er-do-well, a townie with a reputation.
Funny.
Time to get to the point. Story number 1. my grandpa. Yes, I can read. My grandpa knew Father O'Halloran. Nope, Father Halloran. There's no O. Father Halloran.
Nope.
And Father Bowden very well. They frequently had drinks together before my dad stopped drinking. Oh.
This is nuts.
That's the thing about priests. Priests will be like, don't smoke marijuana. You can drink all night long.
Yeah. Here's a drink I made for you.
Drink your fucking face off.
Drink your face off, dude. But don't you dare touch marijuana.
Don't touch, and don't have sex before marriage.
Do not have sex before marriage.
It would be so bad.
It's so bad for you.
Bad. Their buddy, Father Dismas Clark, I think that's Dismas. Invented halfway houses. Whoa!
Marcy almost fell out of her chair.
We had a bunch of halfway house scenes last night in our show.
We sure did.
He convinced my grandpa to go to AA and get sober. Good for him. He's like, hey, man,
Wow.
I've seen a lot of your kind.
Yeah.
I literally invented a place for you people.
Wow.
He was a buzzkill.
He's a bummer. He was a bummer.
Literally a buzzkill. Good for actually, congrats on getting sober for your uncle. Your grandpa. I mean, there's a movie about him and my uncle Mark Henley as well. It was an extra in it. So many Mark Henleys. Honestly, now I think you'll never find this Mark Henley because it's
too many.
Too many. So my uncle goes by the name Murray. Okay, this is fine.
Wait, so an uncle?
An uncle named Murray.
Okay,
he
great.
says he's a Hitchcock professor. No, he didn't say it. He's a Hitchcock professor in San Francisco now. I'm crazy. My family loved the macabre. My grandpa had this joke where if you were bad... She said, it says my grandpa had this joke where if you were bad, she said she'd throw you in the basement with Jimmy Hoffa.
Funny. And probably seriously though.
Seriously,
I know where Jimmy Hoffa's buried.
In the basement.
In our basement.
In the basement. Anyway, Father Halloran told my grandfather the entire story of the exorcism. I don't think they're supposed to.
Well, this one priest has a damn podcast.
That's true.
So they don't care. They don't care.
Oh, yeah. I guess so. But
it's also was a book and
it was a book.
So probably was I'll tell you what's up.
But I thought, remember when our friend John L. Tenney said that you have to sign in? Maybe he just had to sign NDAs because he didn't work for the church.
Right.
I don't know what their rules and regulations are really.
I don't one bit.
So my grandfather was not religious, but he became religious after hearing the story.
What?
I forget who,
God.
Halloran or Bowden, told my grandpa his hair turned white during the exorcism. On his deathbed, Halloran changed his story. He said he doesn't know what happened, but as the story goes, the conversation between Halloran and my grandparents, a drunken shyster and my grandpa, a drunken shyster who had few moral limitations, into a godly man who never touched booze again. Good for him. Or not.
Wow.
Mama, don't get on the stove. That's crazy.
You know what's wild, listeners, is that's Marcy's mom is in town.
She's in town visiting.
She's in town and she's crawling on the stove.
At her. Actually, don't. Here's the thing. Literally don't do it. I'm a proud atheist. I believe all this stuff is bullshit, but I'm fascinated by it. Around 2001, Father Halloran visited our high school to discuss the exorcism, and I got to attend.
What? At high school?
Maybe it was not a Catholic school, because they told us where they went, right? They went to St. Louis University High School.
Yeah.
Lost my place. So Father Halloran visited our high school, discussed exorcism, and I got to attend. It was in the gym. Anyway, he didn't outright deny that the boy was possessed, but he made it seem like the child was suffering a mental health crisis.
Dang, yeah.
Afterward, Halloran learned who my grandpa was and talked to me for a bit. He emphasized that my grandpa was a good, honest man. Emphasized that my grandpa was a good, honest man. He emphasized that over everything else, he said, oh, that's nice. And he was like, no matter what, maybe I lied about this exorcism.
Funny, but your grandpa's good dude.
Legit and good. He was telling me that he was bullshitting during the interview, and what he told my grandpa is what he truly believes. I don't know, but sometimes I wonder. Honestly, this guy's lying left, right, and center. I don't believe Father Halloran now.
No.
But that story is the only thing that keeps the concept of religion and spirits in my mind. I can't fully let go because part of me believes or wants to believe my grandpa's story. And if everything else is true, that doesn't... Sorry. Do you see this cat, Betsy? This is outrageous, what she's doing to me.
I see it. She's wandering all over the place.
I gotta get a studio. Sorry. I can't fully let go of that because part of me believes or wants to believe my grandpa's story. And if everything is true, that doesn't mean the exorcism was real, but it does mean something made Father Halloran want to cover it up.
Whoa.
I've also met Father Bowden. He expressed skepticism later in life too. But it turns out he was a pedo. So hopefully he's with Pazuzu right now.
Yeah, dude. Whoa, that dude was? This is wild.
Yeah, they suck.
They all suck.
After learning that, I don't trust anything Bowden said. Fair.
Not one fucking bit.
Because when you're so used to lying.
Yep.
Story 2.
Just like this Halloran dude. He's lying all the time. Get out of here, man.
And they're
people
probably
are like, yeah, we got to listen to this dude.
And they're like hanging out together and like probably making like, oh, it was so crazy. And then the head turned around. They're like drinking and the story gets bigger and bigger.
Just yes-anding each other. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just
they're
improvising.
Full of fucking shit, man.
Improvising.
They're just improvising. Oh, no.
I have visited many of the locations relevant to the IRL St. Louis exorcism. As a St. Louisian, what do you think that St. Louisan?
Louisian?
St. Louis.
Louisan.
St. Louisan.
St. Louisan.
With a
St. Louisan.
With a Jesuit education, I have seen and been around many of the real locations. The first one is the White House Retreat Center. This article references its significance. That's one of the lores of the exorcism.
Okay.
Probably not gonna. I'll click it and see if I want to read it. No,
probably
it looks
not
pretty.
Read
probably
it.
not gonna read that.
Probably not.
Probably not gonna read that. So,
so
anyway, SLUH St. Louis U High School, all boys Jesuit high school. Students did this Jesuit retreat at the White House every year. Again, not the presidential White House.
Oh yes. This one.
The
Exorcist White
that
House.
I could possibly read about.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. And I'm just not gonna. That.
You guys already hear me struggling. You hear the struggy bus?
The struggy bus is
all aboard the
flying.
Struggy bus train. Boop boop. All aboard. Put the coal in the tank. It had a stupid name, but it was a 2-night weekend event. I went my junior year with all my friends. Of course, because of my family, I was fully aware what happened there. My friend Clark was not, so I told him the stories. He had his dad pick him up because he got so scared. Clark!
Oh, yeah.
The next day, we went to this outdoor Stations of the Cross thing on the edge of a cliff. I got real chills when I saw the stations where Jesus rises again.
Ew.
Coincidentally, the possessed boy also experienced similar chills and went into a psychotic rage when he saw the stations. The 12th ? He started to run for the cliff to jump to his death, but the staff tackled him and stopped it. So that was creepy.
Wow. Very creepy.
Yeah. No.
Why put those things near a cliff? You're just asking for people to freak out and jump off.
No, we just want to see what happens.
We want to see what happens.
Just want to see. I don't know why anything gets put near a cliff.
I don't either.
When there's the Great Plains?
Yeah. Just put stuff in the Great Plains.
Why are not all boring things for safety reasons in the Great Plains?
Right? Because all you do is you can just roll around.
Betsy, what do you think the most dangerous thing in the Great Plains would be?
the most dangerous thing, drunk driving. I bet it happens all the time.
Didn't one of the bachelors kill his neighbor on a tractor?
Whoa. I don't know. That sounds about right.
The most dangerous thing in the Great Plains. Wolves, grizzly bears, black bears, mountain lions. Okay, fair enough.
Whoa, dude. Bachelor killed man on tractor. Let's see.
Where did that happen?
That dude in Iowa.
I was right.
Oh, and this dude, he sucked too.
I was right. Was I?
You nailed it, dude.
He is that bachelor and a mountain lion are the two most dangerous things in the Great Plains.
Stay away from that bachelor on a fucking tractor.
Oh my God, I would never.
Gladly, I will happily stay away from that guy.
Any bachelor, not even just the ones on television. I'm staying away from
Any
them
bachelor,
on a tractor.
I'm out of there. I'm nowhere near.
Don't even worry about it.
Wow.
The Alexan Brothers Hospital, where the exorcism took place, is being torn down next year. The room where it occurred has been padlocked ever since the 50s.
Oh my God.
That's fucked up.
Spooky.
Yeah. There are a few rooms in the building where the priests at SLU lived and that are also locked up because the boys stayed there. At SLU, we broke in late at night to check it out. I don't remember much, but it was spooky. Now for the main event.
Ooh,
That ne'er-do-well who subleased the house across from Reagan's home liked having the door open to that feel of the nice DC fall breeze. My dad says that sometime in August or September 1972, this guy called my dad saying some director named William came over and asked him to keep the door closed while they were shooting. That ne'er-do-well responded, "For how much?" And apparently, Friedkin? Is that William Friedkin? Is that who directed it?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know.
Told him to go to hell, and they just shot around it. My dad claims my dad claims there's a scene with the door open, but I don't recall seeing it. I'm seeing the theatrical cut tomorrow at Alamo, so I'll look out for it and just let you know. Final story number 4. My mom and dad met at Georgetown. They walked down the Exorcist steps on a date, and my mom fell. She thinks the devil tripped her.
Oh, my God.
That's so funny. Okay, that's all I got. Enjoy the spooky season, Mark. That was great.
Wild.
That was really cool. Oh, my God.
That was really cool. That's so funny. Like, how much? Go to hell. All right.
Fine. I will go to hell.
We'll shoot around it. You'll shoot around. That is why. That's wild.
I think that's the right thing to say. How much? What's it worth?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Give me
I'll turn off my leaf blower for $200.
Yeah. Give me a percentage of the back end.
Yes. Put my name in the credits under thank yous.
Thank yous. Thank you for closing your door.
Thank you. That is fun. That was
really
very
fun.
What a ride. What a wild family.
St. Louis has a lot of stuff going. I'll say that about St. Louis. It always has a lot of stuff going on.
Always has a ton of stuff going on. That big old arch.
Bunch of
got that going on.
Modern civil uprisings.
Right. Okay, I got a story for you.
Okay.
It's titled Haunted Sweater.
Ooh, spooky season.
We'll find out. Hi, Marcy and Betsy. I sent in this story last March, and I think it might have gotten lost in the various email snafus you have mentioned recently. Yep. So I'm sending again in the hopes it finally makes it. And it did.
How about that?
It did. A few years back for my birthday, my husband and I went to a historic hotel and spa called the Elms in Excelsior Springs, Missouri.
Cool.
We stayed a few nights, got some spa treatments, and of course went ghost hunting.
Yeah.
Nice. Excelsior Springs is a great name.
Yeah. Also, what a cool like couples trip.
Yeah, that sounds really nice.
If I ever have a couple, that's what kind I want.
Yeah. The hotel was built over 125 years ago around the hot springs of the area, marketing the healing waters as beneficial for your health. It's big and beautiful and very haunted.
Yeah.
Nice. It has a huge lap pool in the basement where people see little ghost kids.
Ew.
A guest room on the top floor that no one is allowed to stay in because it's apparently so scary. And a grand ballroom where one of the storage closet's door never stays shut, even after being adjusted and replaced many times.
Whoa.
Ooh. Okay, this rules too, Marcy. The hotel encourages guests to explore and do their own ghost hunts. So, of course, we had to partake. After dinner, we went to the ballroom and poked around in the dark. We shut ourselves into the spooky closet. Nothing happened. And sat on the dance floor recording with our phones. Nothing happened. So, after about 20 minutes, we decided to go back to our room. I will say that when we got up to leave, the closet door was open after we had definitely made sure to shut it. Back in our room, we tried to review our recorded footage and found that both our cameras shut off after less than a minute of recording, which was weird because we had them going the entire time. All this is a little odd, but could be easily explained.
Right.
The one strange thing that I can't explain was my sweater.
What?
Have we read this one?
I'm not remembering it, Betsy.
It's kind of ringing some bells, but I'm going to keep going.
Okay, and if so sorry.
So sorry, everybody. But it's kind of ringing a bell, but let me see if it's what I think it's
Let me see. I can find this out. Let me look. I'm going to look. No, well, because here's the thing. Let me tell you about this person. They sent an email that is different. It's not the same email, but it has some of the same things in it.
Maybe that's what it is. Hey,
Well,
I'm going to keep reading.
Okay, and just know this is what happens when you do this, guys. When you send the same email, but change a bunch of it so I can't tell.
Also, I might be thinking of something else, but hey. Okay, all this is a little odd, but could be easily explained. The one strange thing that I can't explain was my sweater. It was October, and the weather wasn't too cold yet, but I had specifically made sure to bring a cardigan to wear in the evening. I specifically remember putting it in my suitcase, thinking that just one sweater would be enough for 2 nights. When we first arrived, I went to get the sweater as we were going to wander around outside and check out the grounds. It wasn't in my bag. I completely unpacked everything, annoyed because I know I put it there, and it was just gone. This was pretty inconvenient because I didn't have any other long sleeves, and I did end up being a bit chilly. Oh, come on. Anyway, when it was time to leave, I repacked my suitcase, turned the room upside down to make sure I hadn't lost it somewhere. Still no sweater. I figured when I got home it would be on my bed and I would have just forgotten to put it on or put it in or something dumb. Imagine my surprise when I got home and opened my suitcase. The damn sweater was completely spread across the entire contents of the suitcase, like wrapping paper on a present. Super weird, and I'm pretty sure the ghost was taunting me. So if you're ever in the Kansas City area, check out the Elms. It's totally worth it. Love you both and the pod. It has given me so many cool new people and podcasts to check out. Sincerely, Cathy. That is nuts.
It's
dude.
nuts. We definitely did read it even earlier this year, and it's this is great.
It's different.
It's not different, but it's a different email. So,
okay.
And it's the intro is different of it because it says, I am enjoying this show, especially when Betsy goes, wow, whoa, or wow. So, and also they said they were a new listener in 23, and then they sent this again in 24.
Okay.
So, but yes, I'm bad at this part of the job, but that is so cool.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this quite a bit of like the idea of water being like a conduit.
Yes.
Or something. And so when you're at like a hot springs or a springs area, it's like, I mean, everywhere has shit, but that feels extra like.
Yeah.
And the idea of like this has healing powers. So many people probably came to be like, this water's got to heal me, man.
Yeah. Whoa. Well, I thank you for sending it in again. This is a little...
Honestly, send it again.
Yeah, keep sending it.
Honestly, send it again. We will read it again and be like, I think I've heard this before.
Especially if you change just enough stuff that I can't search my email to see it.
Call it haunted cardigan.
Yeah, fuck us up, man.
Just replace sweater,
Yeah,
and,
like last time it was a haunted hotel. This time it's a cardigan, or sweater. Yeah,
come on.
But also a PSA: one, keep sending us stories. We do want them, need them, kind of. We're getting down there. And if you've sent it and you don't think we've read it, bump your original thread. You can just search your email for funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com to see if you've sent it to us already. And, and that way because I really have a hard time keeping up with it.
It's a lot of work. And you're doing good, dude.
And so bump those emails if you think you've sent it. I'll be able to tell if you already have by the email. If you've bumped it, I'll see that I've already read it. But also please send us more. We're in need, baby.
Yeah, send them. We need them. We love them. We want them.
Yeah. Also, hey man, so we got to hear a cool story twice. That's exciting.
I like it.
That's exciting.
Why? It's like a magic trick.
Yeah.
Like, how did that fucking happen?
How did that happen? Who did this?
How did that happen?
Who did
Is that
it?
Ghost Chris Angel?
Chris Angel goes.
Chris Angel goes.
What a funny little Chris Angel he is. I'm gonna play a listener story.
Hell yeah,
that.
dude.
Okay.
Love it.
Here we go.
Hey, Marcy and Betsy. My name is PatrickLyra, and my pronouns are they, them. I am so enjoying the podcast. If I could make my text message sound Betsy saying, "You," I would. I'm not tech savvy enough to do that. Marcy, I think you would make a great therapist. I'm a therapist for a living, and I think you do a great job of validating your guests and your listener stories, and also always being curious about, like, sort of plausible other explanations that, operate within some realm of logic, but still allow a lot of space for the paranormal. I really appreciate how you both show up. So I am going to tell you a ghost story, and then if I have time, I'll tack on a maybe alien story. But about 5 years ago, I was living transitionally with my godsons. My friend was their mom. I was essentially their second parent, sort of like godparent, step-parent vibes, just taking her lead, but very much in charge of helping to take care of these two boys who at the time were teens. So I moved in with them into a house that I later found out on a date from the former realtor of that house. It was a totally synchronous thing that this person ended up being the former realtor. That house had a history of squatters who were folks living with addiction to meth. And that it was really chaotic, and that explained some of the energies I was feeling there, and then later on some other kind of things that happened, I think, that were like influencing the behaviors of some of the folks living in that house. But I was living there transitionally. We sort of, retrofit a den so I could live there for about a year, transitioning out of a crappy relationship. And while I was doing that, my 12-year-old at the time, godson, our younger boy, was his room was on the far side of the house. When I was in there with him, helping with homework, whatever, I definitely would feel a little bit of a funky energy. But then one morning, we sort of found him asleep out on the couch in the living room. And that was really weird and unusual. And he said to his mom and to me that the way he retold it was that in the middle of the night, he woke up and there were a bunch of spiders everywhere and sort of near the head of his bed, and that he then heard a loud thump like somebody smacking a wall, and that he just freaked out. And I think he said it got really cold, and then he just went out to the living room and slept there. And so that was sort of like, of course, creepy, right? But that night, so the night after this happened, the sun goes down and dew collects on, the window or whatever. And actually in his bedroom, as it sort of cools down at night, what becomes visible is a handprint on his window. And his window it's a ranch house, so it's first floor. And so I immediately start going to like, there's a creeper. He was a very sweet, very pretty sort of 12-year-old boy. And I was like, somebody's peeping in on him. And I started to feel all kind of, defensive. I'm non-binary, but like Papa Bear defensive. And so I started thinking like, okay, how are we gonna close this window at night? Make sure the curtains are closed. But then my friend, their mom's fiance, he goes to wipe off the handprint outside, right? To be like, let's get this just wiped off, whatever, we'll figure out how to, prevent this from happening. Goes outside to wipe off the handprint, which is the size of a man's handprint, right? Not my godson's hand size. He goes to wipe off the handprint outside, and he can't wipe it off because the man's handprint is on the inside of the glass. And that was just bone-chilling to think that something had been in the room, probably an entity or a spirit of some sort. And so, I just went in there, and I don't know, now I know a bunch of different things about paranormal stuff, but at the time, I feel very confident that I'm pretty consistently protected, particularly by my grandmothers on each side. So I just went into his room when no one was home, and was just like, don't fuck with my kid. And I just said it really strong. I was like, I have my two grandmothers with me. I actually know that my godson has ancestors of his own with him. Do not fuck with him. Do not fuck with him. If you fuck with him, you fuck with me. And nothing else happened from there on out. So that's the story of the creepy handprint. And, we didn't really have anything else happen to my knowledge other than folks' behaviors. My other godson, my friend, there sort of be some really kind of funky and weird sort of somewhat adolescent behaviors, but just turned up into some darker territories. And I'm a therapist who works with teens, so I can sort of track like what adolescence kind of is, the difficulties of it, and then just what started to feel a little warped. And I wonder about that, about perhaps residual energies affecting folks', and even my moods when I was in this space started to get a little funky, so I was very glad to move out. But anyway, I'm a little bit past 5 minutes, so I'll stop there. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe I'll share my little alien story if you would like me to, but hopefully your pants are not filled with the Hershey squirts. Okay, bye.
You gotta send us that alien story.
Yes.
You gotta send. That was, sorry to say, my pants are filled with Hershey squirts.
I saw it. I saw you doing it. I could tell. I knew.
Marcy saw. Marcy knows.
I could tell the look on your face when you do it, and you grip the mic so hard. That was so scary. Also, don't apologize for going over. That's barely over. We'll happily accept.
We're worried about the 45-minute one.
Yeah, it's when we get like a 12-minute one that I can't even hear. Like, it's too quiet.
Yeah, or it's just so like it's windy or something.
Yeah. But please send more. We want to hear the alien story.
Whoa, that was. I'm getting chills thinking about
a handprint.
The hand in the room.
Oh my God.
And just having those vibes constantly while you're there, just being like, something happened in here. Something happened in this space, and we are feeling it. It's affecting us.
Also, I'm so curious, as a therapist, is there like a common like thinking or something, like how do therapists talk about this stuff? Is there any training about it? Does it go hand in hand with like grief counseling or what? I'm so curious. I would love to hear more of PatrickLyra's perspective on it. Also, thank you for saying I could be a therapist.
Marcy, you should be a therapist. That's nice.
I would just pull everything back to be like, well, one time something similar happened to me. People would be like, she talks too much.
I honestly would like that. I like when my therapist is like, no, I've had stuff like that. I was like, really? You felt that? Cool, man. It helps you be a human.
My therapist never tells me a thing.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't know nothing.
I don't know nothing. Do you try to make them laugh?
I don't try, Betsy, but do I? Sure.
Yeah. I've ended sessions being like, I killed it.
I really, God, I brought down the house.
I fucking killed it, dude. I fucking killed it, man. That was a wild, and there, like they were saying, like there is, adolescent behavior, but when it starts getting a little darker, you're like, what the fuck? And it's the perfect age to fuck with a human.
Yeah.
When a human is so just like, I'm still a kid yet I'm changing.
Yeah.
Like, oof.
It's not okay. That's rude.
It's rude. They're already, it says Mark Rennie would say, rude.
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 But yeah, I want to hear more. I definitely want to hear more, please.
And that is a good question of like, how do therapists handle stuff like I'm sure it depends on the therapist,
I mean, I've told you probably multiple times on this podcast about the time that I told my psychiatrist
yes
that I have a podcast, and
isn't that nice?
She asked, what's it about? And I said, well, it's a ghost story. She said, well, have you ever seen a ghost? And I was like, well, once. And she asked where, and then she goes, oh, I live nearby, I see a ghost too. And I was like,
dude, that rules.
That's my psych. That's my,
because it makes you be like, yeah, okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you stuff now.
Absolutely. And like the psychiatrist, you don't really like chat that much with them. Like it's not like that. So it's just like, is your brain working? Is it functioning?
Yeah.
We'll make it work better.
We'll make it work a little bit better.
She's cool. She's always down to clown.
She sounds rad, dude.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes she'll be like, nothing is getting better in the world. It's only going to go down from here. And I'm like, well, I think.
Yeah, it's like, wait, I thought I was supposed to say that to you. And you were supposed to be like, hey, here's some coping tools.
No, she just prescribing meds. She ain't trying to cope. It's not my therapist, my psychiatrist.
Yes, okay.
She's just like, man, I'm going to be honest.
Then it's game on.
Oh, yeah. She's like, guess what? You're going to need these pills. Let me tell you what. You're going to need them.
You're going to want these pills, I guarantee it.
You're going to want to chomp on these. Okay. I have one.
Okay.
That says long deja vu and comforting dreams.
Whoa.
And this says, hi, Marcy and Metzi, a.k.a. Marcy and Sajaro.
That's good.
I like that.
I like that, too.
I've been listening to the pod for years now, and I'm a big fan of both of you. Marcy, I listen to 90 Day Bae consistently without ever watching a single episode of 90 Day Fiancé just because I loved all of your and Nicole's commentary and impressions of those wild people.
Funny.
Thank you.
That rules.
Betsy, I always get excited watching a random show and unexpectedly have you or your voice pop on.
Yeah.
I could listen to you read the phone book and love how you say, that rules.
Hey, I just did. Whoa.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Now, I never think of like a West Coast accent, but you have like not coastal, but like the Western United States accent.
Do I now?
Yeah, like because Southerners, we all have different sounds in the South depending on where we are, but there is a general kind of sound to Southern people, and I do think Westerners, there is a kind of, there's a bit of a sound of how the consonants meet the vowels. I couldn't quite explain it, but there's something.
Oh, okay. Cool, man.
Now, I've never had anything terribly spooky happen to me, but am always open to coincidences, weirdness, mysteries, mysterious whatevers of the universe, and am open to whatever possibilities are out there. This world is too dang big for some kooky shit not to be real.
Right.
I will say, though, I have particularly strong deja vu, not just in the sense that I get the typical split-second deja vu feeling, but it's like a total experience for me. Everything from what I was doing to what I'm looking at and how I'm oriented in the room, who's talking to me and where they're standing or what happens to be on the TV, my computer screen, the radio. The whole surroundings are all part of what makes it what feels familiar. And it doesn't just last for that split second where I'm like, oh, I'm having deja vu. I'll recognize it, and then the feeling will continue for at least 10 more seconds, where anything I do or say next is still part of the deja vu. Weird and fun, and I just always bask in it.
How nuts, because I feel like, and they have probably done this, like, being in that would be like, what's something really out of the blue I could say, but then it's part of it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like being in one and being like, rhino dick. But then it was like, oh, but you were gonna do that no matter what.
Yeah, and you were gonna talk about rhino dick.
I love screaming rhino dick.
It's just been a part of your life ever since you saw Ace Ventura get birthed out of a rhinoceros, fake rhinoceros.
That scene is so fucking funny.
Is that in the first one or the second one?
It's the second one.
Honestly, the whole movie, if you just were like, we're going to do that scene, can I make a movie? And you're like, yeah, for that scene,
absolutely. Sure. Here's millions upon millions of dollars.
Have at it.
It's such a funny scene. Okay.
Wait, I heard recently
I gotta watch it.
that Jim Carrey was almost in The Elf, but when they tried to develop it like 10 years earlier.
Whoa. I could see that.
I could see it. I'm glad it was. I think Will Ferrell played a very sweet and precocious version. That was very nice.
Nailed it. There's a really great on the Netflix. Oh my God, the Netflix show, Movies That Made Us or whatever. There's an Elf episode, and I wonder if they talk. I can't remember if they talk about it. I want to say they were also thinking of like Farley.
Oh, wow.
Chris Farley, maybe? I don't know. I could be
Chris Farley would have been
Shrek, but
brilliant at it.
Yeah.
Because he does that kind of sweet innocence so well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
I love Elf so much.
I know.
That movie's so good.
You can't wait to
I can't wait for Christmas time to watch it.
Truly, at November 1st, she switches over.
Thanksgiving.
You wait till then.
I wait till Thanksgiving, then it's game on.
Game on.
There's game on. Okay, I'm sorry. We took that for
we keep doing this episode, so
we're on the Struggy bus.
Struggy two all aboard. Get on the tracks of the bus. My main story I wanted to share, though, has to do with my mom's recent passing. She sadly was only 59 and succumbed quickly towards the end to Alzheimer's diagnosis that she'd received 7 years earlier. Oh, that's really hard.
God. That fucking sucks, man.
It's awful. I won't get into the thick of it, only to say that there was still a lot of her still in there, even while she was declining towards the end. So I'm grateful for that. Yeah. She was at home on hospice. Shout out to hospice nurses. They're incredible. With my dad and my siblings, and we knew she was dying at that point, so it was just about making her comfortable. She had been sleeping all day because of the morphine in a bed in the main living room of the house with my dad sleeping on the couch across from her. So there was enough space that family and friends stopping in could gather around when they visited. This went on for a few days since her body was still strong and healthy. She was a fighter, bless her heart. I'd been staying at my parents' house for a few days at that point, helping my dad and my siblings with everything. Amid all of this, I'd been helping my dad's get my dad's Social Security and health care sorted out. And the woman at the local office told me to come in the next day to finalize everything and that he'd be all set after that. I got a funny feeling, titty line!
Titty!
And something in me told me that I shouldn't and that I should just be home as much as possible the next day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Early the next morning, when I was sleeping, I had a dream that I woke up, walked out to my mom's bedside where my dad announced she'd passed in the middle of the night and that I had to wake my siblings to let them know. In the briefest way, I'll just note that my dad is a very difficult person and that my siblings and I all have very fraught relationships with him. He had casually said earlier that if our mom did happen to pass in the middle of the night, that he wasn't going to wake us up. We were very much against this, but with everything going on, it was easier just to go along with him than to not. At that point, I woke up from my dream with a bit of a start and noted the time, 7 a.m. I immediately got out of bed and sat at my mom's bedside, watching her breathe and talking to her, telling her how much I loved her and that it was okay. She ended up passing that night. I later told my sister-in-law about the dream I had. She looked at me with a meaningful expression and told me that my mom passed away at exactly 7 p.m. There was a big clock on the wall in the living room, and she'd noticed the time as we were gathering around to say goodbye. 7 has always been one of my numbers, and I just think there's something about that.
Yeah.
She always told me, since most of us hadn't gone outside in days, that there were so many rainbows in the sky that day. Oh,
that's nice.
Yeah. When my fiance arrived later that night, he told me about his experience that evening that only added to the spooky of it all. He'd been at our friend's house for dinner with his phone on vibrate, how it always is, even though he knew he'd get a call from me at any minute with the news. He still didn't want to be rude and have his phone with him at the table. So he made a conscious thought and kept it face down on the bar cart across the way. A little while later, as they were sitting down to eat, the phone starts ringing, except it was not over on the bar cart as they were all sitting down to eat. It was not over on the Except it's not over on the bar cart. It's face up next to him on the dining table. And it's me calling him to tell him my mom passed. He swears he didn't move his phone and doesn't remember bringing it with him to the dining table. He immediately left dinner, grabbed my brother-in-law from the airport nearby, who'd happened to be able to change to an earlier flight, and meet us at my parents' house, so we were all together that night. Not the spookiest of spookies, but just the universe and mystical energies working in the good, weird way that they do. Whoa. That is incredible.
That's so nuts.
Yeah. Also, I think if we're having a family, you can be rude. That's okay.
I think, yeah. If your friends are mad at you, they're not your friends.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right? You had your phone on so you could find out. Come on.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I was in a meeting and I did not tell the people in the meeting that I was waiting on to hear news about a family member. And then I got a phone call and I was like, I have to go. Someone's in the hospital. And they were like, oh. You could tell they were. I should have just mentioned it, but I will.
Right. I'm like, I'm waiting to hear about something.
I was like, they feel terrible now.
Funny, yeah.
A few weeks later, I had another dream. It was first person, I was seeing. What I was seeing was me looking out of my own eyeballs. Whoa.
Cool.
Yeah. In front of me was a wooden door with a big square glass window at the top, sort of like the ones in older school buildings. As my eyes looked up toward the window, I saw my mom on the other side of it. In her blue pajama tank top. Her favorite color was blue, and she loved being cozy.
Oh.
Her face wasn't older or changed from Alzheimer's how it was at the end. It's how I remember her to be. As I looked at her, she just smiled, her big smile at me. That was all. Then I woke up. Whether it's too literal of an interpretation to say that was her way of saying she's okay on the other side. I feel that I feel that so strongly anyways. I think that's what it was.
I think it was. I like when stuff can be literal.
Yeah.
I like when it's straight up like, hey man, this is what I don't need to interpret shit.
No, that's not
just
the kind
tell
of
me what it is,
yeah,
man.
that's not the kind of thing I'm doing. I'm just going for it. Straight up.
Yeah.
My mom was the kindest, sweetest person with the biggest heart and best laugh. I'm comforted knowing she's not struggling with her disease in this in-between anymore. Our bodies are temporary, but I think our spirits, or whatever you want to call it, live on and venture off to some other space or plane or whatnot. Yes, she's not physically here, but she's not entirely gone by any means. I truly believe she's at peace now, and it makes me happy to know that she's still with me in so many ways. I've been told since I was little that I was the spitting image of her, so I have her face for one, but there were also very similar people, and I've always felt connected to her in a particular way, even beyond just being my mom. She's here in the recipes of hers that I saved and cook, and how she did, and definitely have her sweet tooth, but she's here in little isms that my siblings and I laugh about and have quoted for years. And I have her love for vintage things and sensitivity and being cozy and general warm-heartedness. Everything that's good in me is because of her, and I'm so grateful for the 30 years I got to be with her as my mom. And in the name of not shitting your pants, or in this case, actually shitting your pants, I've attached an old Snapchat I came across recently from a few years ago of my mom's signature laugh, remembering the time when my dad accidentally shat his pants in the Ashley Furniture parking lot. No need to play it on the pod. Just wanted to share for laughs. Thanks for the spookies and laughs, and all the best to you both. Demi, pronounced Demi, Demi like Lovato, not Demi like more, LOL. Oh my God.
Funny.
That's so funny.
Oh my God, that's funny.
That's so funny.
Ashley Furniture, man, you get so excited you just shit your pants. Wow.
Wow. Thank you for sending that in.
Yeah, that was
great.
that was good.
These were such good stories. Even the ones that we already heard were good.
Yeah, we love it.
Please send us more of your stories. And I'm not so strict on the time limits anymore with the voice notes and
just
stuff.
Make it not 75 minutes, you know.
And make sure why don't you listen to it before you send it to make sure it's audible? Because I get bummed whenever people send in good, probably great stories that I just literally can't hear.
Where we are just like, I don't know what's happening in there.
I don't know what they're saying.
It's just kind of like,
and like they're in like
spooky.
They're in front of like like a jet engine or something.
Yes, yeah.
If you work on a tarmac of an airport, just wait till you're on break and go in somewhere a little quiet.
Yeah, go to the Sbarro. It won't be that loud, but just,
you know. Well, thank you so much, you guys, and keep sending them in. We love them. These were great.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy. And don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.